greatness, okay, how do you measure greatness? Because since we're on this avenue of, you know, talking about the individual and self and recognition from other people, how is it that you determine, or how do you measure greatness?
So this is my thing. Greatness is measured by the individual. You set the parameters on greatness for yourself. So there are some people that believe going to work with a regular paying job that they're not crazy about, coming home to their family and taking care of raising their children and dealing with their family is greatness. There are other people that have higher standards. So you set the bar for what greatness is for you. You strive for that. And then hopefully, externally, other people will see greatness in the bar that you set for yourself.
That goes back to the $8 an hour person that we were talking about before. Like, to pull it all together, is the $8 an hour person, if they are truly great, if they're the Jordan, right, they can't be an $8 an hour person. Like, it just won't resonate with them. They will rise above it. They will find a way. The opportunity will bring itself to fruition if they don't, like, fall victim to everybody else's expectation. Because what a lot of people will do is try to keep you within their expectations for themselves. They don't want to see you, you know, be greater than what they have for themselves, right? So they'll limit your progress.
Yep.
But like the Jordans of the world, the Kobe's of the world, the LeBrons of the world, there's a standard they set for themselves. And it came from somewhere. They either saw somebody told them that they had the you know, like Ron said, somebody said you have the talent to do X, Y, and Z, or somebody told them that they did.
With the power of influence. You have some people that take their talent and their gifts and their skills, and they have a desire to reach a certain plateau. You know, like they have that desire, and they're climbing that ladder to and getting those opportunities to be that. However, you have Oprah Winfrey's in your own communities. Those women who are, and I'm not just gonna say women, those people who impact and are influential to the circles that are around them. You know what I'm saying? Like you have those people who reach, teach, are great to those people that are in that influential circle. However, if NBC came to them and said, I want you to do a TV network station, and they said, I'm not interested, are they limiting themselves to their greatness, or did they just deny the exposure because they're good with where they are?
That's an individual thing. They gotta take that. They gotta, you know, they gotta feel what they feel inside.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
that doubles on your greatness being the key. Like you are the measurer of your greatness. So
right.
So you know, anyone on the outside can say you missing out on this check, or you missing out on this contract, or this exposure is not going to lead you to greatness. But because you see it your way, it'll work out.
Right.
To your greatness. It's kind of like the example you just gave is like basically Dave Chappelle's story. You know what I mean? Like he walked away from that $60 million contract with Comedy Central. 10 years later, he does an $80 million contract with Netflix. So it happens. You know, I think about one of my favorite examples is Jamie Foxx. At the end of the day, Jamie Foxx wanted to be a singer. He wanted to be an R&B singer, but his talent was being a comedian. His talent was being an actor. And so he excelled at his talent, but he still believed in the greatness of him being a singer. And he let his talent as an actor and a comedian give him enough exposure that people would accept him as a singer, so he could be a successcul singer.
I think
like he had an album before he was on The Living Color. Right. It had dope songs, but it went wood. Then once he's a celebrity, every album he drops goes platinum.
Right.
What I tell my kids all the time is, just because it's easy for you does not mean it's easy to do. So what it is the thing that people see in you that's greatness is just you. It's like
talent.
Yeah, sometimes it's just you.
Way of moving.
It just may not be as easy for them to do, so they recognize that awesomeness. Like, that's why everybody brings something to the table.
You speak, or
that's the separation between talent and grace.
We figured it out.
That's the separation right there. So if I'm if I'm naturally talented as a basketball player, people are going to see me as great because I can easily do things that it takes them a long time to do,
So they
figure out to
appreciate
do.
that. Yeah.
But if I don't push myself to expand and get better than just my natural talent, I won't reach greatness.
Okay,
But talent isn't the only thing, because there are a lot of great people that are not talented.
Yes. So
But they work harder than the talented people too. So I think it's you're
so
right
it's two.
too.
So
There's
it's two
ways to
it's two
achieve
ways to look at it. So it's almost like if you take let's say if we take LeBron James with all of his natural talent, and let's say he only lasted 2-3 years in the league.
Let's say he smoked weed.
And he only averaged 12 points.
Yeah. Let's say he smoked weed. He would have never made it to
He had an exceptional talent, but he didn't reach greatness based on his talent.
Yeah.
Now let's take Nate Robinson, who is 5'6", 5'7", who really isn't supposed to make the league, works his tail off, and actually plays in the league
talented too, though.
for 6 years, and wins the slam dunk contest.
He's talented too, though.
But for his parameter, he reached greatness because he worked beyond his level of natural talent to get as far as he goes.
Man, people gotta realize this whole thing of believing yourself sounds good, but when you ain't got the training to know how to believe in yourself, it's hard to believe in yourself.
It's hard.
Who trains you on
it's
that?
Hard.
You get it from exposure, you get it from learned behavior, because a lot of times when you're growing up in most households,
right. When you're talking about children.
and children, like you are taught the most critical time in a child's life is the first years in which they're
first 4 years.
the first 4 years. So a lot of times these kids are really taught to do everything that's not them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
because
saying?
no one's really
don't talk. Don't behave this way. Don't do that.
Stay out of the way.
So believing in yourself gets curbed from an early age.
So the core message is strive for your individual greatness regardless. Because here's the thing. The others around you can support you or don't support you. We are all motivated differently. So for me, sometimes don't support me. Like,
better drive.
I get a better drive when someone tells me I can't do something than I do when someone says they believe in me and I can.
Sometimes that's
and
people.
I like to motivate others and give them positive reinforcement and tell them you can do it. But for me, what gets me going is somebody saying, I don't think you can do it. I don't think you got it in you. And I'm like, okay, I got you. Because at the end of the day, I have to be focused on my individual greatness. I set the parameters for myself.
You know, this subject has become important, especially during this time in quarantine, because there's a lot of people who say, I want to do this, I want to do that, I have a dream, I have something that I want to pursue. You may not even know if it's something that you like, but you have a thought that maybe if I go in this direction, it'll lead me to something, it'll spark something. But this is what you do. You get up in the morning, you roll out of bed, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, you go to work if you work from home, or if you're not working from home, you end up saying, you know what, I want to do something with my life today, and you turn the TV on.
Right, or go hang out with your friends.
And you watch Netflix all day long. You know what I'm saying? Or you get on social media. The first thing that you do when you wake up, you get on social media, and you find yourself in the bed scrolling for 2 hours.
And you know,
So I'm just like, okay, at what point do we not take self-accountability to say, I am in the way, I am stopping me, I am the person that's holding me back from the thing that I want, because a lot of times we will place blame on everything else around us to give us a feel good because we've decided to just not
take action.
Quick question though. Everybody does deserve love and happiness.
Yes.
You are very right there.
And I'm saying,
but whose responsibility
exactly
is their love and happiness?
That's what I'm speaking on. And because you won't have those things if you don't. You gotta get full, look, that's why I'm saying that it's important for you to do what you love, whether you're getting paid or not. That right there is gonna fill you up and bring you your joy and your happiness. You have to feel good. And I'm one of those people, I feel it's true that we should do something that, and it adds value when it's a service to others. But just like that first book you shared with me, the lady says it's all about doing what you love regardless. It's not about doing it for others. You must be you will find your happiness in doing what you love, yes, without it having to be for others. So before you figure out whether it's for you, for others, or whatever, before you can even get there, you gotta even define what it is that you really love anyway. It could be something, a distraction. I love this thing, but it's really not something that feeds your soul. So do you really love it? You know what I'm saying? So you got to find that first.
So I kind of wanted to just we're just going to end on this note. I kind of just wanted to put that out there because there's a lot of pressure that a lot of people feel from others to be great. You know, like you put it on your kids, you put it on other people in your lives that you see because you have an expectation of what you see in them that they of a level that they should be striving to achieve. And I think what we all need to realize is let an individual define what greatness is to them first. And then us as individuals in their life, we need to make sure we accept that. You know what I'm saying? Accept what they have defined as greatness for them. You know, and then at the point where you've accepted that, then allow them the room and the ability and the opportunity for them to manifest in that journey of greatness, because we defer a lot of people from the path of being great within themselves because we put the pressure on them to be something that they're not. And it's because they love us, it's because they want to make us happy that they end up doing that for us, and they're killing themselves inside because they're running so far away from what it is that they truly believe that they're great at, just to impress you, just to please you, just to make you happy. And I'm not going to say it's even wrong because they love you.